Wherever you want to go in the city, it's virtually guaranteed that there will be some form of public transport to take you there. Buses, trolley buses, trams, taxis, and the metro crisscross St. Petersburg on both sides of the river Neva. The metro is extremely cheap, and as it is both fast and immune to traffic issues, it is the most efficient mode of transport available. Passengers have to electronically validate their ticket each time they enter the system. Once past the gates, however, the passenger is not limited by either the length or duration of the journey. Tickets for the metro can be bought at the entrance to each station and are available for a varied number of trips. Month-long tickets, which can be used for all forms of public transportation, can also be purchased here, but do keep in mind that these tickets cannot be used for more than 70 metro trips per month. Other than the metro, the monthly passes are valid for an indefinite number of rides.
I'm amazed with St. Petersburg, if you consider the ground on which the city is built, which is effectively drained swampland, that they actually managed to put an underground railway system in. And I think it's a miracle of engineering. But it does tend to mean that there aren't so many stations, and they tend to be slightly further away from where you want to go than you might want to. So you have to do a lot of walking here as well.
Buses, trams, and trolley buses are other popular options with locals. Single ride tickets cost 19 rubles per trip and may be bought on board as you enter from sales agents who accompany the driver. If you have a monthly pass, you must present it to the agent in order to ride. Because the pay-as-you-go system is directly managed on each of the vehicles themselves, it's almost impossible to ride under the radar in St. Petersburg. The marshrutka taxi is more than just a minibus. It's best described as a mix between a private taxi and a public bus. They typically follow the same path as a bus, tram, or trolley bus.
I think marshrutkas are a fantastic invention, and it's a peculiarly Russian thing that you have the main bus routes, and then you have little minibuses which follow the same routes, but they're much more convenient and faster.
There are also marshrutka-only routes, such as ones that commute between metro end stations. The marshrutka won't usually set out until all of the seats are full and will only stop if either someone has made a request or if they are empty seats. Rides cost around 26 or 27 rubles. If you're in a rush, make sure to plan ahead. Traffic in and around the city is infamously jammed. There are no separate lanes for public transport, so buses and trolley buses are both stuck in the same traffic as private commuters.
The traffic jams are as bad as in Moscow. I think, even though the Muscovites would say it's worse in Moscow, but I think it's almost as bad. Daytime in the center, you can't really move.
And if all else fails, you might want to take a walk. Walking around the city on foot can sometimes be an enjoyable option. Summers are mild and the city's geography is flat, which can make for a pleasant stroll to work or the park. During the winter, the cold climate may be part of the reason that most expats choose to brave the traffic in their own vehicles rather than wait for a bus in the wind. Those expats who do prefer to go public, however, have their choice. Public transport isn't the only ride in town. When faced with a late night or last-minute dash, it may be time for a taxi. St. Petersburg cabs come in two flavors: official taxis or private cars that stop when you raise your hand on the street. The latter is a common occurrence in Russia, but be aware that due to a non-Russian accent, the driver will charge foreigners up to 3 times more than the average fare. Official taxis are a safer bet, but it's best to agree on the final price in advance in both cases. Learning to travel around St. Petersburg is doable, but can be a lot less daunting with a little help. Take advantage of the relocation assistance available through MoveOne to make sure you know how to go where you need to be.